Morning, how are you? I'm Smithy. This is a Kentucky. Oh, freezing. I've put the diesel heater on. So we should be getting nice and warm in a bit. I am having a problem with one of the batteries. So I've got the engine running at the minute. When I turn you start a diesel heater on full and then turn it down. When I turn it down, I'll turn the engine off because I know it'll run on low. The two brand new batteries, but one of them is just letting me down, so I'm gonna have to find out which one and replace that one. I haven't made a video for a long while. I know you probably noticed probably a delayed reaction to what's gone on in the. This is not let's feel pity for Smithy. This is Smithy's Kentucky, so we've got to be happy, and we're doing everything we should do. Got a day off work, had a day off yesterday. I went live on TikTok yesterday. I wish I could show you the Morecambe hills, absolutely full of snow. I might get my other camera out and just video it for you and just show you what the view looks like. It's amazing with the snow on there. So I've not made a video for a while. I had a good Christmas, New Year. My only problem is I've been to that many funerals in the past 12-18 months. It's been absolutely unbelievable. I've got another one to go to Thursday. I had a good friend of mine pass away the other day. I couldn't go to the funeral. I just wasn't in the right frame of mind, and I haven't been in the right frame of mind to make a YouTube video either. Things you go through in life, I'm always saying, you know, stay safe, be lucky, and I'll see you soon. I always say that, but I've not had a lot of luck lately. But anyway, things may change. You've got to think positive in life. I went live on TikTok yesterday. Hope you can hear me over the engine and the diesel heater. Oh, that's nice and warm. Anyway, so and I had a lot of good questions as well, and it was all van related. Some were ridiculous, you know, you get some cranks coming on, but there was a lot of good questions, and I thought, well, today, because you get stuck of what type of YouTube video to make, and you think, well, what can I make a video about? And that's the main block of making a YouTube video. You've got to find something that can entertain people, or you know, show you something that I'm doing. At the minute, I've got a flask, I've got a coffee. Oh, I had a choice yesterday: have a beer or cycle down Morecambe Promenade on that electric bicycle I've got. So I put it on number one, and I must have cycled about 12 miles. And that was a good choice. It's been a long time coming, I'll tell you. It's the choices you make in life, isn't it, that make a difference. But anyway, so I'm a human being. What can I say? You know, I'm just like everybody else. I'm not nothing special. I'm a human being, and I've got my problems in life like everybody else does. And but we're getting there. There is a light at the end of the tunnel finally. I'm charging up the Wi-Fi. That's how I get my Wi-Fi. Now from 3, when I first got that MyFi, as they call it, it was I think £12 a month for 6 months, and then it went up to £26 a month. So it like doubled, if you will. It runs out in March, and they've offered me, do I want to carry it on for £24 a month? So I had a look online at MyFi deals, and I found that you can buy that again at £12 a month for 6 months, and then it goes up to £26 a month. So I might as well buy a new one. So that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, I'll have a spare one of them. But there's no point paying £24 a month if I can get a 6-month deal like they've just offered me, which I had with that one. But it wouldn't work in the Isle of Man. It said welcome to Guernsey. So this is why we parked on Promenade. That video actually showed me that I wasn't right for making YouTube videos, because I didn't come across as myself. And when I watch it back, and I think, you know what, there's a lot more that I could have done and a lot more that I should have done, and it just wasn't me. And that's why I realised I'm not going to make a video for a while. So I didn't. Otherwise you'd have seen Christmas decorations up and me enjoying Christmas and all that, but that's the reason why I didn't, and why I haven't made a video for a while. You've got to be in the right frame of mind, and I haven't been. And anyway, such is life. We're getting on with it, we're moving on. You've 2 choices: collapse or move on, and I'm trying to move on. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm sorry if you have not seen me for a while, but that's the reason. Anyway, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go live on TikTok again and see if I can get the same questions or similar that I got yesterday. And to me, there were questions that could have benefited a lot of other people watching, because it was a lot of van related questions. Where do you park up? Where do you do this? How do you do that? And what happens? And you know, people turn up and all this other stuff. It was some good questions, so I thought, well, I haven't got a video to make for you as such, or only to say that I'm sorry I haven't made one for a while. And obviously, you know, what do you make a video about? Well, you know, I've got the diesel heater on. You've seen my diesel heater before. It's nice and warm, and it's warming the van up nicely. I'll turn it down in a bit to make sure it's on full. I've got plenty of diesel in it, plenty of diesel in the van, so we've no problem. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go live on TikTok. I'll put you on as well, and hopefully the questions I get on TikTok will relate to van life, and you'll see some van life questions and answer session, if you will. And if I remember, I'll put a view of the hills. I don't know if you can see it now. I'll show you now on this. This is a GoPro 360. Horrendous flu, coughing fits. The whole household, all my work, everybody's all coughing and never getting rid of it. I'm going to get some tissue, bear with me. Tissue or toilet roll. It's been horrendous. This cough, I've had it for weeks and weeks. And everybody I know has had it as well. Everybody at work, everybody at home, my whole household. Everybody's had it. Anyway, I'm hoping it's going to go soon. It's one of them. I've had 3 COVID jabs, I'm not having any more. They keep sending me, wanting me boosters and all that. I just don't want it anymore. If I get it, I get it. I probably got it anyway. Oh. As you can see, the sun's coming out. So it is chilly because the wind is coming from over there and there's snow on the mountains, so that's the icy wind that we're getting. Oh well, yesterday, what a beautiful day it was. And I cycled down prom, as I said, and I was nice and warm, put a scarf on and I had a cap on with a camper van gas badge on it. Thanks for that, Gaz. You know I've always said thanks. But anyway, yes, I cycled down prom and then I got in the van. I thought I'll go out in the van, so I went out in the van and it got chilly. So but I was on TikTok for 2 hours live. It was funny. I got all sorts of mad questions and my philosophy in life. I came out with all sorts of stuff. It was good for my mental health, to be fair. You know, it did me good. It was good to be back, and it was, although it wasn't on YouTube, it was on TikTok, but it was just good to, you know, I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it that much. I've come out again today. I've got a day off. I've got nothing to do. Sue's at work, and I thought, well, what am I going to do to pass my time on? Well, what better than sit on promenade, overlooking that view. You know, I mean, I never get sick of that view. What can I say? Right, so I'm going to turn you off in a second, and I'm going to put TikTok on and go live. And then, before I do that, I will video that view, so you'll see that view. And I'll show you the Lakeland Hills and all sorts. In fact, I'll do it on this camera, so you can zoom in on this one. I've got a battery in it. Right, where's my knick-knack bag? Charged all these batteries up yesterday because I knew it was coming out. Right, battery in. First job is to delete a lot of footage that I had from the Isle of Man because a lot of it didn't make sense. It's right, it was a bit of a funny video really. It was a strange video to make, it just wasn't me. And I felt it wasn't me. Right, well, we're not getting... turned it on. Right, now we're on. Right. I want to go live. Menu. So the camera's playing up, she's not using... Oh, here we are. Format. Delete all data, yes. Right, so I'll go back to normal. Take the cover off. First thing you do with your camera is check the lens and make sure that it's clean. I've never touched that lens with my hand, so it should be clean, but I'll give it a bit of a wipe anyway. Cut my finger, my knuckle, putting the diesel heater on. I had to go in the cupboard to plug it in. Like I say, I've been having problems with the battery. Well, one battery, there's 2 in this van. One of them's been playing up, and what I do, I disconnect. There's a plug from the diesel heater. I pull the plug out so it turns this off, because I think that was depleting the battery as well. It wasn't helping, so I do need another battery. So I'm going to get, but I have to measure it because it goes under the seat. That's alright. I should get some real lens wipes really. Oh, toilet tissue. Right, I'll turn you off. I'll go and video that view for you, and then I'll go live on TikTok. You'll see that, and then we'll see what questions we get from TikTok. So I won't be long. So there you go, I've just gone live on TikTok. The only thing is, I can't see the screen without my glasses on. So I don't know when we've got anybody on or not, anyway. Nobody on yet. I've had to block the sun out from me, I can't see. I've had to block the sun away because I couldn't see. So I've put the thing down. We're notifying viewers you're live. Went live yesterday, about 300 people watching. Me talking nonsense. How are you? It's Smithy and his Contiki. Smithy in his van. Yesterday I did live, but I had the camera pointing outside. I'm speaking a bit louder in a minute because we're making a YouTube video as well. I don't know if we've got some moderators on, but I've made a lot of you that do YouTube videos as I do, moderators. So you can moderate what people are saying, because I can't always catch what people are saying. So if you hear anything untoward, you can get rid of them. But while we're making a YouTube video, you asked me a lot of people ask me a lot of good questions about living in a van or having a motorhome and you know. So I thought, well, we'll try again, but we'll make a YouTube video at the same time, which I'll obviously upload later on, but go live on TikTok, which is easy to do. The video I'm doing for YouTube is a GoPro 360. So if I move that near the screen, they can see what you can see. Obviously but it's a 360 video camera. But I didn't know what to make a video about today, so I thought, well, we've got a lot of good questions about van life yesterday, so if we get a lot more, I can answer your van life question as well as telling YouTube viewers. We're in Morecambe at the minute, by the way, surrounded by snow on the hills. Somebody puts in the comments, show me the snow, I'll show you the snow out the front door, I'll show you the view. I'm actually red hot in here because I've got the diesel heater on. Hello Nigel, Jolene, Diswave. We've got a few people on live, let's have a coffee. You're seeing Smithy in his van. Got a flask. If you boil your kettle and you boil it for a flask, you've obviously got your coffee for a long time. I put a blind there so you're not seeing the sun in me all the time, otherwise I wouldn't be able to see what you were saying. I didn't know yesterday you can turn the camera around as you're doing a live. I didn't know that yesterday. I'll show you where we are if I unplug it. And there's snow on them hills. What a view for a van. Keep going, we're letting more viewers know that you're live. Are you really? Do you know, if I had one person on here asking sensible questions, that would do me. Don't need loads of people going live. Anyway, what I might do with this is pause you until I get some questions. But you can see I'm making a YouTube video as we're going live, by the way. Anyway, I'll pause this till we get some questions. On the GoPro 360. I have had my other camera out because I wanted to show on YouTube the view over the bay. But I use this camera to do that with. The screen faces me, so when you're talking, you know whether you're in shot or not. Because I've made a video ages ago on YouTube and I wasn't in shot for the whole video. So I thought, stuff that, I'll buy a camera where I know I'm in shot. But this is good for zooming, so I zoomed in. I can show people the Lakeland Fells. Because they're outstanding when there's snow on them. I'll take you again in a minute and show you what view I've got. You'll see the view. Midlands Car Spotter. So all we're waiting for is a few people to ask some questions about the van life and having a motorhome. We can make an interesting video for YouTube. I'm a security guard, by the way, and there is another security guard that watches my YouTube videos. He's bored at work. He says, put some videos on, I want to watch something. If he enjoys watching my videos. So how far do you travel? Well, somebody asked me that yesterday, and I only ever go north from where I am. So in Morecambe, if we go north, within 20 minutes we're in the Lake District, within 10 minutes we're in the middle of nowhere, within 20 minutes you're in the Lake District, and within 60 minutes, 1 hour, you're in Scotland. Do you live in the camper? I don't live in the camper full time, Gary. No, I just work. I have a house, so I work. I get out as much as I can. I wasn't working yesterday. I will let you have a look in the van in a second. I wasn't working yesterday and I'm not working today, so I'm just enjoying myself. Wife doesn't finish work till 5:30. She's off tomorrow and Wednesday, and I'm off Sunday, Monday. So it's sod's law, but right. Let's let you have a look in the van. I'll let you have a look round. That's my sticker wall. All the people that follow me and I follow on YouTube. I make YouTube videos, by the way. TV, Roku. I get Wi-Fi from the three, you know, MiFi. Charging it at the minute with a jackery. Here's the van. That's the back end. There's obviously a big double bed up there. I'd say it's a king size bed, that bed. It's massive. Toilet and shower, sink, toilet, mirrors. Sink, cooker, fridge is in there, microwave, and obviously the front of the cab down there. We have that skylight, so when you're in bed down, this is a double bed that I'm sat on, you can see outside. See the stars at night time, which is why we bought the van. We've had a caravan for a long time, 20 odd years we've had caravans for, and I always had jeeps to pull them with. And the price of I'll tell you what I'll do, I'll put you over there and you can hear me a bit better. The price of going on a site with a caravan, it just kept going up and up, whereas it used to be like I don't know, £30 for a weekend with grandkids. And then it started to be £20 a night for the Friday and the Saturday night, and then they wanted £1 per child, £1 per dog, and £1 for your owning, and £1 for a barbecue, and £3 for park passes. It just got such ridiculous. So 4 or 5 years ago we bought this van. Do you find it hard to park in places? No, I'm parked up Promenade. Now I'll show you where I'm parked in a minute. Where I am now is like camper van row, if you will. But people park here every day. Some stay here for a week or two, or a few days, or just overnight while they're getting the ferry from Easton to Isle of Man. Where are you? Morecambe, in Lancashire. I'll show you the view. I've had to put my glasses on so I can see what you're putting, otherwise I'd be knackered. Can't see what you're putting. Right, bear with me. God, it's cold. It's a chilly wind out there. move the curtain. There we are. I can just move you, can't I? There we go. Lucky, I'm in Morecambe. Morecambe is alright as a place to live. You've got to live somewhere. Are you still in Morecambe? I am still in Morecambe. Van Life Swansea. Oh, I love summer, me. You know, I should have moved to Tenerife years ago. It's such is life. I love the Midland Hotel. I'll show you the Midland Hotel, because other people might not know what the Midland Hotel is. I'm not far from it either. I hope it was in shot. I've got the diesel heater on me. Just down there. And it's pointed right at me. I've only got it on low. Diesel heater doesn't use any power, it's only a fan spinning around. Uses quite a bit to fire up. Once it's going, you're fine. It's a nice, I hope I showed it you then, because I couldn't see the screen with the sun being on me. We're actually making a YouTube video as I speak on a GoPro 360. But the advantage of that, I can choose where to point the camera. So I can point the camera anywhere in the van, on the laptop. So it doesn't matter, you can put the camera on the floor, it still show me. Or whatever view I want to show. If you want to know about making YouTube videos, I use this camera really. The Lumix, and then you can turn the screen to yourself so you can see you're in shot. And I use that with the, if I can get it out, I have the Rode wireless microphones. So that one plugs into the camera, and then you have another one that clips, you know, wherever. And then you can walk away from the camera like 100 yards and it'll still hear you. I wouldn't say it's that bad of a place, it's like anywhere else, isn't it? It's suffered, all seaside towns have suffered. Does your heating run on electric or gas? Well, I have a safe fill gas bottle that I bought from Manchester. It was £150 for the bottle, or somewhere like that. It's a plastic bottle that you can fill it with LPG. So if I put the van's central heating on, it'll be running off LPG, and it cost me about £7 to fill a big 12 kilogram bottle up. At the minute I'm on a diesel heater, so I've got a diesel heater in the van, and it'll use a cup full of diesel all night. That's why the government banned red diesel, by the way, because just before the crisis of putting the price of electric and gas up, they banned red diesel, because they knew that people starting to install these diesel heaters in the houses because it's the cheapest way of heating anything. So the government banned red diesel, then the price of your electric and gas went through the roof. It's all planned, it's all been planned out, all this. They planned it in advance. So that's what they did. So they banned red diesel. I didn't have it installed into my fuel tank purely because I was running it on red diesel. Was it easy to fit? To be fair, knowing what I know now, I probably could have fitted it myself, but I didn't. I paid a guy 100 quid to fit it for me. He's a good friend of mine, and he's a mechanic. Well, he was a mechanic. I don't know if he might have gone back taxi driving now, but I got him to fit it for me. Just the easiest way of doing it. I just thought, rather, because I didn't know anything about him when I first bought it, so he put it in for me. Hello, Rebecca. He put it in for me, and you know, it's just done then. But I was toying with the idea of having one in my shed at home. The power that's powering it now is a solar panel on the roof, and then 2 leisure batteries. So that's powering the diesel heater. I think I've made you a moderator, Rebecca, as well, just in case anybody puts anything a bit untoward on. You can get rid of them. But I've made I didn't know you could get moderators on here, but you can, so I've got quite a few moderators now, and they can get rid of just silly comments. You get silly comments, you go live on YouTube as well. I was talking to Rebecca this morning. She let her dog out and I let mine out. Horse and cart. I'll show you. Horse and cart going down from. I don't even get to see it with sunshine being out. Oops. If Tyson Fury runs past the prom, I'll take the camera out, I'll show him you. Yeah, cheers Rebecca. Yeah, it's just yesterday we got a few silly comments, so I didn't know you could have moderators, but you can, so I went through a list of people I knew and made them moderators. Are you on the road or on a site? I'm on the road, that's why traffic's going past me. I know it does, I like a bit of sunshine. I liked it yesterday, that's why I went for a bike ride. I have got a bike carrier on the back of the van, so I could have brought my bike. John Fury lives down there. I'm not sure about John. I know Tyson Fury lives not far from where I am. We talked a lot about Tyson Fury yesterday. He's alright, he's just an ordinary guy. Obviously he's world champion. Don't know if I've just shown you all. We're getting the Wi-Fi from 3 from a MiFi, charging it up with a Jackery. It's probably charged up anyway. I just thought I'd charge it while I was messing about. I've just bought a Swift Contiki 660, not used it yet. I think mine is a 615 Swift Contiki. But the thing is, I mean, just like today, wife's at work, I could have sat at home doing nothing, or I can come out, park on the promenade, enjoy the view and have a coffee, and that's what I'm doing. Making a YouTube video and going live on TikTok. Some people will have a camper and they'll just get the newspaper in the morning and go and sit in it and have a brew. Get out in it, go and have a brew somewhere else. You drive anywhere. What you have to remember is this is a licensed, taxed and insured and MOT'd vehicle. I can park anywhere that a car can park, within reason. If it's got a barrier, obviously I can't get under the barrier. It's a tall van. But as far as parking on a street, I can park where I want. Obviously it depends on the size of the street. This van's 8'10" wide, 22 foot long and about 9 foot somewhat tall. I'm blocking views. I've no idea. I keep saying I'm going to Scotland or Wales. Well, I go to Scotland a lot. Reason is, it's just up the road. It's an hour away. And Scotland welcomes camper vans. That's why they've got the NC 500 that the SNP started, or some Scottish, whoever started it. And the idea is, it's a route all the way around Scotland, and you're visiting towns and villages that wouldn't get any people there. Now they've got hundreds of camper vans going, and there is a lot. But they're all leaving, they're going in the local butchers for food and going to a pub and going to little cafes, the corner cafe. It never happened before. So now they've got people spending money in towns and villages and keeping them towns and villages going. There is a lot of, commotion about camper vans parking where I'm parked. I'm not actually parking across from anybody, I'll show you. So over there is the old fairground. It used to be a fairground, Frontierland, and it's just boarded off. Morrison's have owned the land for years, and they're keeping it as a land bank, so they're not doing anything with it. Morecambe's getting the Eden project, so I think the council are going to convert that into a car park probably, because the council own it now. But they're still not doing anything with it. Nobody lives there, just empty wasteland. But Morrison's, shame on them, they've had it as a land bank for a long time, so they get the piece of land, they keep it and don't do anything with it. You don't have to pay tax on it, there's no council bills to pay on it, and they just keep it until the price goes up and then sell it whenever they're ready, which is a shame. But no doubt the council will just build houses, car parks, a couple of shops that won't work. I'm just going to check the battery on my GoPro. 56%, we're alright. And the heater's blowing out beautifully. Well, as far as I know, they're getting the Eden project. It's just that government have been asked for like 50 million to help them out, and that's what they're waiting for. What do you roughly get miles per gallon? I've never taken this van above 55 mile an hour, and we did a trip round Scotland. We went up all the way to Duck Bay, which is Loch Lomond. So we went to Loch Lomond, we drove from Loch Lomond back through I think is it the M8 in Scotland. We went to Edinburgh via Livingstone, and then from there we stayed overnight just outside Edinburgh. We toured Edinburgh and we came to Ironbridge pub, I think it was, and then at Gretna Green, and then we came from there over to the Lake District. We stayed overnight at Windermere, and I think overall I probably spent about £180 on diesel. But that was the whole cost of the trip. Nothing else cost us any money. You're going to eat food in your house, so we ate food in the van. It was no different buying food for the van as it is buying it for your house. So our only outlay was 180 quid. Now, if you go on a week's trip anywhere, where can you stay for 180 quid? I just take it easy in the van. You know, I'm not in a rush anywhere. And if I go on the motorway, 50-55 mile an hour, these camper vans fly past me doing 70. I don't see the point. I can understand why they do it. The husband's been at work all week, wants to get to the site and have a can. But yeah, I just take it easy, mate. Sometimes I'll get behind a wagon, leave a good gap between me and the wagon, and then just follow that wagon all the way. Is there plenty of grid off? You mean off grid in the Lake District? The Lake District is like anywhere else. They tried to sew it up so you've got to pay to park on car parks. But the traffic wardens don't work after about 6 o'clock. So you can park where you want, just be gone by about 7-8 o'clock in the morning. It's like Morecambe, you can stop at any council car park after 6 o'clock, just be gone by 8 in the morning. Because that's what time the traffic wardens start. But Morecambe, as a destination, you've about 6 miles of promenade that you can park at. And I could just stay here forever, mate. I could just live here. Nobody would say anything. There is some people putting the paper, why is all these campers here? Well, they're obviously visiting the town and spending a few quid. Probably on the way up to Scotland, using it as a break, you know, a stop-off point to go somewhere. If you do go to Windermere, if you go into Windermere right to the lake and then carry on round them car parks at the end of it, I've made a YouTube video about it a while ago. I've seen it on Facebook trying to get them banned off the prom. They can't ban them off the prom. What they could do is they could put a sign there saying don't stop in your van overnight. If I shut my curtains, how is anybody going to know that I'm in it? If they knock on the door, just don't answer. They don't know you're there overnight. I don't see what the problem is with a camper van. What's the problem with that? I mean, what visitors does Morecambe get? Could you take some asylum seekers in my van? Why would I want to do that? I love seeing all the campers along the prom as well. How's van life, buddy? Seeing your YouTube vids, keep them up. I'm making a YouTube video as we speak, answering the questions that I'm being asked on there. I like seeing the campers, why not? They just, I mean, cars park here, they take the dogs for a walk or the kids to the beach and then they get back in. People park up to go metal detecting and do all kinds. What's your YouTube? Smithys Contiki. I'm Smithy, this is a Contiki. I tried to just make it fun when I bought the van. It is free to park, you don't pay a penny to park on Morecambe Promenade. Things will change when the Eden project, if it does turn up, things will change then. The council will put limited parking to get you to park in their car parks. Who's this guy laughing? Oh no, he's looking at the view. Thought he was coming to see me. No, I've seen you on your live. Yeah, it's free to park. They just, you know, they're trying to get money out of everybody any way they can. So if they can get money out of you by, you know, parking in a yellow square near a road junction, they'll have you. They'll put a camera there. If they can limit the parking, obviously they'll stop you parking. But all my life it's been free to park where I am. Well, camper vans do bring money into a town. What a camper van is, right? It's a modern way of going on holiday. You know, we're living in the 21st century now, whatever it is. 20th century. 21st. It's 2023 anyway, whatever century we're in. You know, people used to go camping, then they got caravans, and now they get campers. But they've tried to shaft you with your camper by saying that, oh, you can't come into our city unless you've got a Euro 6 engine and you pay 12 quid or whatever. I mean, it's just gone ridiculous. That's just designed to stop you from living in your van and living in a city. That's all it's for. Manchester's low emission zone, if it ever comes out, goes out into the middle of absolutely nowhere. And it was Brian from Manchester Van Life told me that. I talked to Brian quite a lot on Manchester Van Life on YouTube, and he said it goes into absolutely the middle of nowhere, and it's designed to stop you from working in Manchester and living in a van, because they want you living in a flat or an apartment or a house and renting it, paying rent, council tax, gas, electric, water, and your TV licence. So when you've no money left, they'll be happy then. If you spend every single penny on bills, they'll be happy. It's like these mortgages, they're talking about 50-year mortgages. They're not talking about 50-year mortgages. What they're talking about is getting your children to pay your mortgage when you retire. That's what they're after. They're after getting your kids in debt, and they're getting the kids in debt by making them pay for higher education and your mortgage. It's just a bank's way of getting money out of you before you're even born. Well, I am conforming, aren't I? My van's insured, it's taxed, it's tested, I've got a house, I pay council tax, I pay gas, electric, rent, I pay water, I buy food, I spend my money on, you know, everything I've got to spend it on. You've no choice but to conform. What option have you got? If I could live in my van full time, I would. Get some flipper number plates. Well, yeah. What we should do collectively as a people is stand together and say enough's enough. Why should I pay to go into a city? What we're all going to do, I mean, mark my words, we will all go back to horse and carts. I can't afford a 40 grand electric vehicle to drive about anywhere. You will never buy a second-hand electric vehicle, because if you do and the battery's knackered, you've 10 or 12 grand to pay for a battery. And how green is an electric vehicle? Kids are digging the cobalt up, it's being shipped off to Japan and China on a diesel ship. They're building the car for you and then shipping it back to you on another diesel ship, and then you drive it around for a while. Anyway, shall I show you around the van again? There's quite a lot of people on this live, to be fair. Some people are asking to join me on the live. I did that before, but I had a bit of a crank on the live, so I'm not bothering this time. There's the view. I'm hoping you can see the mountains. Oh. Yeah, somebody asked to go live with me, but I did that before and it was a bit of a, I don't know who it was, a bit of a crank, so I'm not bothering with people joining the live. I would do if it was somebody that had a YouTube channel and I knew them, you know, because I've talked to quite a lot on YouTube that have got vans. Because obviously they could help me out with some of the questions you're asking. But YouTube video, I've been making YouTube videos for about 3 years. And you need about 1,000 viewers to go live on YouTube, but I have about 2,000 or 3,000 subscribers on YouTube and on here, so I can go live on either. It's only fun. I'm only passing the day on. Wife's at work till what, 5:30, so I've nothing to do all day, so I thought I'd go live on TikTok for a while and make a YouTube video while we speak on my GoPro 360. That's what the people on TikTok are seeing. But I made a YouTube video before I turned you on. And then I said, because I get some questions on here, people do battles on TikTok live, that's why some try to join. Yeah, I've seen them, I just didn't understand what they were. I'll have to look into it more. See what's going on. I only found out today you could make moderators on TikTok, because obviously some of the questions I got yesterday just didn't make sense. So we could do with deleting a few. What I could do is a magnifying glass on here, so I could take the glasses off. I just can't see now without them. Add a live goal. I haven't got any live goal. I don't know what live goals is. Head to head. You have the option to turn it off when people ask to go live with you, so I turned it off yesterday. Yeah, Carnforth's not so far away. I'm in the West End of Morecambe at the minute. Yesterday I went live and I was at East Promenade. This promenade's about 6 miles long. The only part you can't park in is like the central bit, because it's a bit narrow and they've got council car parks. So if you want to go shopping, you've got to pay the council £2.50 every time you go shopping. So in my van I park at Morrison's for free and I walk to town. Are you near Tyson Fury's house? Probably about 2 miles away. He lives near Morecambe Football Club. I believe he's wanting to buy Morecambe Football Club, but he doesn't live far from Morecambe Football Club. But he does run up and down the prom. He could be away on holiday somewhere, you know, he's a wealthy fella now and go where he wants. But yeah, sometimes he's on the beach, and I see him jogging up and down here. He talks to fans, he lets them take pictures, selfies, signs autographs, checks around. He's a nice enough fella, like anybody else. See him at the tip as well, taking his rubbish. I take my rubbish at the tip. I have 2 wheelie bins, but they get that full that quick, I've got to go at the tip as well. I'll tell you one good thing about parking here in your van. I mean, there's 2 campers behind me anyway. There's never any rubbish on the prom, ever, from campers. Never anything. And there's plenty of bins everywhere, and people use the bins. I've seen people sitting out with the deck chairs. It's a bit of a no-no when you're parked up like on a promenade like this. If you want to sit out, go and sit out on one of the benches the council provide, because there's plenty of them. There's some just down there. You can just sit down and enjoy the sunshine. Don't get your own out. Don't start getting your awning out and having a barbecue. You can have a barbecue on the beach, just don't let it look like people you're from your van. We was looking to catch Tyson Fury in the shop across. He signed it. Yeah, I saw him with Callum. I was with Callum and Sue, and we went to S-Bank garage to put fuel in, and he was in the garage. I think he was buying some wood, but I think he was in the summer, he was having a barbecue. Anyway, we talked to him, because I've dropped him off a few times in taxi in years gone by. And when I jumped back in the car, I said to Callum, there's Tyson Fury, he's been talking to him at shop. He was kicking himself, he didn't come at shop. Do you get any hassle from couples shining torches at night? Well, you don't, because like most campers, we've got this. You just put your blinds up. It wouldn't shine a torch through anyway, it's silver on the outside. But no, nobody bothers you. It's like I said yesterday, it's like safety in numbers, isn't it? Because there's always a few campers here. So I presume people think that we're all together. We're not all together. I don't know any of them. Well, I know a few that park here. Harry, that I've made a few TikTok videos with and YouTube videos, he parks here. I think Harry sadly lost his wife and just decided he would live in his van, and that's what he does. Nice fella is Harry. I was going to say a jackery then. It's not a jackery. It was one of them pans that you can flip over. I don't know what you call it, but it was for one. When I bought it, I didn't know it was that small, but anyway, I gave it to Harry. I'm having to turn off people that are wanting to go live. But they're wanting to go live, but the name, I don't know where they're from. You sold a static and you're looking at buying a motorhome. Well, you can actually live for next to now in a motorhome. As I said, I've got a safe fill gas bottle, which cost me, I think I paid £156 for it from Manchester. What was the place? Eccles Gas, I think it was, something like that. And it cost me £7 to fill it up with LPG. And Morrison's sell LPG. But they sell it near Asda as well, where I live. So you can get LPG anywhere. The price of LPG never went up with gas because LPG is made in Britain. We make our own LPG, so the price didn't change. The only thing that changed was for you at home, the price of your gas and electric. Government ripping you out. They're trying to control inflation by putting your gas and electric up, because the majority of people don't have mortgages. So putting interest rates up doesn't affect inflation. So the only way to stop you from spending your money is to take it off you through your gas and electric. I've said that before. Are you on the Isle of Man? No, I'm not far from the Isle of... Well, I am far from the Isle of Man, but no, this is the main route to the Isle of Man. I was on the Isle of Man a few weeks ago. We had a 4-day trip there. We parked on Douglas Promenade. Douglas Promenade is fantastic for camp. The whole Isle of Man's fantastic for campers. They have signs everywhere that say in any 24 hours you're allowed to park for 16. So on the Isle of Man you can park for 16 hours out of any 24. I have a friend that comes on here with me. He's from the Isle of Man, and I met him as well. He came to the promenade to see me. He was watching my YouTube videos. I think it was before TikTok came out. But yeah, the Isle of Man is geared up for campers. You can park anywhere you want. It's all free. 16 hours parking out of any 24. So we parked up on the promenade at Douglas overnight, and then we just toured the island in the daytime. Parked at Ramsey, parked at Port Erin. We hired a 5-berth before Christmas to see what it was like and loved it. Oh, there you go. Well, I've always loved caravanning. Before I had a caravan, we had a tent. We went camping. We went camping in York, camping in London, Crystal Palace and Chingford in Essex, and we went all over the place. And then when I passed my test, I was only young when I passed my test, and we bought a caravan and we bought a Jeep to pull it with. So for 20 years we were caravanners. We took the caravan to Belgium and all over France, all over the place. Me and Sue have been all over the world. Taxi driving gave us a good income, so we went everywhere. We bought a house, paid it off. But now I just want to tour Britain. I smoke is my downfall, so I'm not interested in sitting waiting for a plane for 3 hours and sitting on a plane for 4 hours, and I just get a headache. I need a fag. Anyway, I hope you're learning some stuff. We're making a YouTube video as we speak, so I hope we've done half an hour on YouTube. So I'm going to end the YouTube video on the we're using a GoPro 360 for that. So I hope you've had a bit of entertainment. I'm Smithy, this is a Contiki. Stay safe, be lucky, and I'll see you very soon.